What's up, guys? It's Chris here to do a different kind of video. You know, there's no boxing or MMA events going on this weekend, so thought I'd do a video on something a little different. There's a guy on here whose page I'm subscribed to. His name's Soul Gotha. I'll put the link in the information part if you want to check out his channel. He does MMA videos. He doesn't do boxing videos, but he does know some boxing as well. Aside from MMA videos, so he does videos on things like movies and retro video games and all sorts of different stuff. And I don't know, I just like his channel. It's one of those people you probably either get a sense of humor or you don't, but I do, and I like his videos. So be sure to check out his channel, subscribe if you're interested. I know he's trying to get 150 subscribers by the new year. It's getting close, so if you guys like his channel, you can help him out with that, of attaining that goal. So what this DVD is going to be about, this video, I guess I'm already getting into it, is the 5 favorite DVDs that I own. Yes, they're DVDs, not Blu-rays. Not necessarily my favorite movies, although they pretty much are. I'm not a person that has a lot of DVDs. I don't buy a lot of DVDs. I only buy DVDs of movies that I know I'm going to watch over and over again. Even if I like a movie, unless I plan on watching it over and over again, I'm not going to buy a DVD for it, just for sake of owning it. So I'm going to go in a reverse order. Maybe give a little backstory on some of these movies in relation to me. First up, number 5, Tombstone. I'm not really a fan of Western movies per se, but this isn't your typical Western. More modernized version. If you've seen the movie, you already know why it's good. Val Kilmer steals the movie with his Doc Holliday character. He has so many classic lines and quotes in that movie. Can't even recall them all, in all honesty. I mean, I can, but if you ever hear anyone saying them, and anyone that's seen the movie, they know exactly what you're talking about. Story with that movie and me, aside from the fact, that I like it, just for being a good movie. I was in the hospital for a couple of months back in the day. And then a television, I had like a few channels, like basic television channels. And there was a movie channel that would show all the movies that were new to video at the time. So every Monday you would have these movies every Tuesday, and Tombstone would play every Sunday. And it played like 2 times throughout the day. And I think I watched it every single time, for every Sunday for like a couple months. There wasn't a whole lot to keep you entertained inside the hospital, aside from, when you have visits and whatnot. So it kind of grew on me even more so then. So Tombstone, great movie. If you haven't seen it, be sure and check it out. Great character by Val Kilmer. Next up, this one should come as no surprise to anybody. Scarface. I mean, I have the poster in the back, so it's not just there for looks' sake. Although, in all honesty, the poster was a gift. But I just put it up there because, I thought the background looked too plain. Anyway, Scarface. What do I got to say about it? I mean, I would imagine everyone on here has already seen it. If not, why the hell haven't you seen it? Great movie. Once again, a movie with a ton of classic lines. Lines that you can use not just in regards to the movie, but a line like "Say hello to my little friend." That's like a pulp culture reference. You can use in a ton of different instances, whether appropriate or not. But no, Scarface is a great movie. We don't really have a backstory with that, or anything, but just a great movie. I remember watching Cribs back in the MTV Cribs, that everyone would always break it out. Here's my copy of Scarface. It's like obligatory. It's like mandatory. You have to own Scarface. And if you don't own it or you don't like it, I don't know. I guess we just have different tastes. Anyways, moving on. Number 3. Boys in the Hood. Hopefully y'all have seen this movie. If not, once again, go out and check it out. In regards to Boys in the Hood, great hood classic, as they call it. Urban classic, I call it cult classic, whatever you want to call it. The movie's awesome. When it came out, I kind of was really into that kind of stuff, the gangster stuff, the movie, the music that was portrayed, just that kind of lifestyle. Not in the gangbanging itself, I was never really into all that, but, just the images and stuff was stuff I was really into at that time, and still am to a much lesser degree at this point in my life. But anyways, in regards to that movie, I remember when I was supposed to go see it when it came out on a Friday night with my best friend, but unfortunately I got sick. I was babysitting some kids to get the money to go, and I got sick, and like one of the kids had cold or pneumonia or something, I don't know, but I couldn't go. But the funny thing is, I don't know how funny it is, but unique thing, I guess, the night that we were supposed to go see it, the theater, there ended up being a shootout, or a shooting, I don't think we would have got caught in it, I was young, I wasn't really reckless like that at the time, not yet at least, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. We ended up going to see it the next weekend, and it's a great movie, one I still watch all the time, kind of launched those urban movies at the time, a lot of them came out after that, a lot of crappy ones, actually, and a few good ones here and there. It had, a lot of good soundtracks came out around that time too, Boys in the Hood soundtrack, Above the Rim soundtrack, things like that. Still rock the Boys in the Hood soundtrack every now and then. But a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Next up, this is close. My top 2 is Close to choose which one's my favorite, but I'm gonna go with this for number 2. Blood In, Blood Out. Originally called Bound by Honor. So if you can't find it under the name Blood In, Blood Out, if you haven't seen it, look up Bound by Honor. I don't know why the name changed. Bound by Honor, you know the guys were Bound by Honor, but Blood In, Blood Out, they both kind of describe the same things in a way. Great movie though. 3-hour movie. Doesn't even seem like it. Never seems like it to me. I'll watch it every single time it comes on. Doesn't come on too often, but when it does, I will watch it, absolutely. You know, about that movie, you know, aside from the fact this is a great gangster movie, kind of a barrio movie, as they like to call it, you know, bunch of Hispanic gangsters and whatnot. It's a thought like the movie American Me, if you've ever seen that, you know. Those movies came out around the same time, pretty much have the same storyline. But I liked Blood In, Blood Out better. I just thought it was less melodramatic than American Me. So, funny thing about that movie, the first time I saw it, I was working at Taco Bell at the time. I was a teenager, whatever. And the people I was living with, someone rented it. And I started watching like 1 at night. I didn't know how long it was. And I had to work at like 5 or 6 that morning, which was rare, you know. But I ended up being up to like 4 in the morning. I didn't even go to bed. But the thing is, you know, I wasn't even tired. Aside from the fact that I was young, I think I was just so into the movie. I was so excited and entertained by it that I wasn't tired at all. I just wanted to, you know, I was wide awake. And just one of my favorite movies. Like I said, one of my top 2 favorites. Hard to choose which one's my favorite and which one isn't, but that's one of the top 2. If you haven't seen it, be sure and check it out. Thing is, you can go watch it on YouTube. That's a great thing about YouTube. Aside from, you know, a bunch of other things, you can go watch it on here. It's like in 14 parts. It may take a while, but if you want to go check it out if you haven't seen it, go check it out on here when you're done. Number 1, Menace to Society. You know, what can I say about this movie? If you've seen it, I don't really need to say anything. If you haven't seen it, great hood movie, urban movie, whatever you want to call it, violent movie, gangster movie. You know, it's all the above. Just a great movie, man. One of my favorites. You know, like I said, I was into that kind of stuff at the time, those kind of images, that kind of music. I wasn't into the gangbanging and stuff, you know, like that, but everything else, you know, that they portrayed, I was kind of down with. The funny thing about when I saw that movie, my 2 friends who I went with, they were the only 2, they're brothers, my best friends. They were the only 2 white guys in the theater. So it kind of just stood out. And I remember there was a part in the movie where they make fun of a white guy. He like comes to the door asking Chauncey to jack a car for him or something. And they make the white guy all corny. So I'm sure that was kind of awkward for my friends, but they weren't corny ass white dudes, so they weren't sweating or anything. And then when the movie was over, we left. We went out the back door because we had parked back there for whatever reason. And there was like a cop or a security guard that had been in there the whole time, or for the most part. And he actually followed us out. I thought that was kind of strange, you know. I don't know if he thought maybe, hey, these white boys are in here, my friends, you know, they must be crazy. There must be something wrong with them. Not the case, but anyways, he followed us out. Probably, you know, a lot of times back then, I don't know if people still do it now. We'd, you know, pay for one ticket and then sneak your friend in through the back. Maybe they thought we were doing something. That wasn't the case. They could have checked our tickets. But anyways, it just kind of stood out to my mind. Great movie, though. I remember afterwards, we went up to AMPM and grabbed some 40s. I don't even like 40s. I don't like beer. I don't like malt liquor for sure. I didn't like it then. I still don't like beer now, you know. But I remember drinking one. I guess I was just, you know, so into the movie and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go drink a 40 because they were all sipping on 40s in the movie or whatever. You know, like I said, I was influenced by things like that. I did a report in college a while back and talked about things that influence you and images and things as a youth, you know, and I used that movie as an example, you know, in music that was out at the time, Snoop, Dre, whatever. And anyways, Menace to Society, great movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And that's pretty much it, you know. Might be back later this week to do another video of a different kind of variety. Be sure and check out that guy's channel if you're interested. Check out my Twitter if you're interested. I'll put the links over in the information part. And you know, that's pretty much it for now. You know, for anyone younger than me, that's the thing about these movies. You know, I always presume everyone has seen them because I've seen them. And everyone around my age group has seen them. But if you're younger and you haven't seen them, go and check them out because you will like them. You won't regret it. And if you do, then hey, you know, my bad. Anyways, that's it for now, y'all. Until my next video. Depending on if people like this video or not, I may do another one eventually. But that's it for now. Until next time, late.